What could be better than going home after a hard day to find a butler waiting? Demand for British butlers has more than doubled thanks to a certain PBS drama. Charlie Daggett shows us why serving others can often bring its own reward.
If you live in a place like this, you're going to need some help around the house, but not to fear. The great British butler is back with a vengeance, buffed to a high sheen and ready for action in the modern world. Bruce Wayne's Batman has one.
Master Wayne.
You rang.
The Addams family would have been lost without Lurch.
We have a problem.
I don't want to be free! And then there's Geoffrey from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
My man Geoffrey!
The butler is back. Even the thoroughly modern Prince William and his wife Catherine are on the lookout for one. But it's specifically the British butler that the super rich are demanding, a surge apparently down to the Downton Abbey effect.
This is Carson. We'd all be lost without him.
I think certainly people are getting to see life in these big old grand houses from 100 years ago, and they want part of that. They want to get into that kind of whole way of Britishness.
Grant Harold knows a thing or two about Britishness. He used to be a butler for Prince Charles. He remembers meeting the prince for the first time.
And suddenly to walk into this room and he was standing there and...
It's a job interview.
You think, wow, this is amazing. And he was so, he put me at ease, made me feel completely relaxed.
You've done it at the top.
Yeah.
What does it take to be a butler?
You've got to be able to be loyal to the person. Loyal, trustworthy, and discreet. And then you bring it over.
But nowadays, butling, yes, it's called butling, goes a lot further than folding napkins, though he's a master at that, too.
A modern-day butler is very much like a personal assistant. Butlering isn't like what you see in the old movies where a butler just did one thing. They need to be flexible. Flip it over.
Recruitment agencies say demand for the British butler is being driven by the new money elite, China, Russia, and the Middle East. Exact numbers don't exist, but back in the 1930s, it's thought there were around 30,000 butlers in service in Britain. That fell to about 100 in the 1980s. Today, there are thought to be around 10,000. But that number is now going through the roof, with many butlers going abroad for the best pay and perks.
They get cash bonuses, they get sometimes cars, sometimes watches.
Sarah Vestin-Ramani runs a butler academy, and she says she's seen demand skyrocket tenfold in 2 years. She recently opened 6 academies in China, where women butlers accounted for almost a third of the trainee intake.
What is it about a British butler?
So the British butler has finesse, etiquette. People from the emerging markets, they love the Queen's English, they love the British accent.
Take a plate with a napkin, for example, or a silver
A good
tray.
butler can make upwards of $200,000 a year, plus fringe benefits like living in the lap of luxury, or next to it anyway. In addition to butling himself, Steve Ford trains would-be butlers.
And when the shoe has been completed, it should always have the shoe tree back inside it.
Right. No, those aren't yours.
I wish they were.
There's a lot to learn.
Okay, so show me some of the tricks of the trade, Steve.
If a lady came to you and said, my handbag or my zip is stuck, you take a pencil and this, take half a lemon.
No.
The lemon you would actually rub on the side of the shoe, wherever the marks are visible. So I would rub the actual lint along the sleeves, actually opening up the jacket as well, to go inside over the whole area of the jacket concerned.
You're making me feel dirty.
You don't go.
But besides the day-to-day know-how, there's real sacrifice.
Also, what people don't realise in this industry is your family will always come second, your employer will always come first.
Honestly.
Honestly.
Being waited on hand and foot takes a certain character, too.
Don't you agree, Carson?
I do, my lady.
I'm not sure I could wake up in the morning and have somebody bring me my ironed underpants.
It's not for everybody.
No.
It's not for everybody.
Status symbol, personal assistant, maybe a little bit of both, but as one butler put it, the super rich are only looking for something the wealthy have sought for centuries, someone to do their dirty work for them. For CBS This Morning, I'm Charlie D'Agata in London.
Having a butler must be like having a valet.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody there to take care of all the things that you ought to take care of yourself.
I was wondering, do butlers shine Vespas? Do they? I don't know.
No, I'll shine your Vespa.
Okay.